Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. In this video I will show you a game between Capablanca and Savielly Tartakower. This game was played in New York in 1924. Capablanca had white pieces and he started with d4. Tartakower played e6, knight to f3, and now no d5, f5. A little surprise. Dutch defense. c4, knight to f6, bishop to g5, pinning the knight, unpinning knight to c3, Tartakower castled kingside e3, b6, bishop to d3, bishop to b7, Capablanca castled kingside 2, queen to e8, queen to e2, knight to e4, bishop takes bishop, knight takes on c3, attacking the queen, pawn takes knight, queen takes on e7. Black is doing well so far. a4, bishop takes knight on f3, queen takes bishop, knight to c6, rook from f to b1, rook from a to e8, queen to h3, rook to f6, f4, knight to a5, queen to f3, d6, rook to e1, queen to d7, e4, f takes on e4, queen takes pawn on e4, threatening g6. Tartakower is holding his ground. g3, king to f8, king to g2, rook to f7, h4, d5, c takes on d5, e takes on d5, and now pieces are exchanged, and we have entered the endgame. Who is better, black or white? Black has a better pawn structure. 2 pawn islands, and white has 3 pawn islands. White pawns on the queen side look a bit loose. White to move. What would you do? In the endgame, players think about centralizing the king. So perhaps many people would play something like king to f3. Do you agree? Maybe king to f2. Capablanca played h5. Very deep move. Rook to f6. If g takes on h5, rook to h1. So we have rook to f6, h takes on g6, h takes on g6, rook to h1, intending rook to h7, attacking the pawn on c7. But Tartakower is not worried at all, because he had a plan of his own. King to f8, rook to h7, and now rook to c6. Defending and attacking. To a naked eye, it looks like that black is even better. Do you agree? White pawn on a4 and the pawn on c3, they look defenseless. And now again, moving the king to the center looks like a sensible idea. Capablanca played g4, knight to c4. If rook takes on c3, bishop takes on g6, and black is in trouble. So we have knight to c4, g5, allowing knight to e3. Perhaps many people would play king to f2 in this position. Capablanca played g5, knight to e3 check, king to f3, knight to f5, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop. It looks like that there is no way for white to defend the pawn on c3 and the pawn on a4. Is white in trouble? How would you continue in this position if you had white pieces? This is a very important moment. Not every move is good for white. Capablanca played king to g3. Rook takes pawn on c3 check. Black is a pawn up. And it looks like white may lose 2 more pawns. Some people would panic in this position if they had white pieces. King to h4. Rook to f3. First, rook takes pawn on f4, then rook takes pawn on d4, rook takes pawn on a4, and then black would have 5 pawns against one white pawn. Maybe. Definitely maybe. White to move. How would you continue in this position if you had white pieces? White has only one good move, and that is g6. Rook takes pawn on f4, check. King to g5, rook to e4. Now black is in a panic mode. First he considered rook takes on d4 and didn't like this move. Let's have a look what happens if rook takes on d4. If rook takes on d4, king to f6, the threat is checkmate, rook to h8 checkmate. King to e8, rook takes pawn on c7, rook to g4, keeping an eye on the pawn on g file. g7, f4, rook takes pawn on a7, f3, rook to e7 check, king to d8, rook to e5, king to c7, rook takes pawn on d5, rook to f5, and white wins. Back to our game. Tartakower played rook to e4, king to f6, king to g8, rook to g7 check, king to h8, rook takes pawn on c7, rook to e8, preventing checkmate, king takes pawn on f5, rook to e4, king to f6, again threatening checkmate, rook to f4 check, king to e5, rook to g4, attacking the pawn on g6, g7 check, king to g8. What else? If rook takes on g7, rook takes rook, king takes rook, king takes pawn on d5, king to f7, king to c6, king to e6, d5 check, king to e7, king to c7, and after say a6, d6 check, king to f7, d7, and white wins. Back to our game. King to g8 was played. Rook takes pawn on a7, rook to g1, king takes pawn on d5. And actually black can resign now, but Tartakower decided to fight on. Rook to c1, king to d6, rook to c2, d5, rook to c1, rook to c7, rook to a1, king to c6, rook takes pawn on a4, white to move. White played a move and black resigned. The move is d6, black resigned. One line goes like this: rook to d4, d7, b5, king takes pawn on b5, rook to d6, rook to c8 check, not the only move, but this looks the simplest way to continue. King takes pawn on g7, pawn is pushed and promoted to queen, rook takes queen, rook takes rook, and I guess we can stop here. That was an epic endgame, wasn't it? What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.